Hi, the SI Meteorologist. Paul Dorian here on Monday, October 28th. A chilly start to the day here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Frosty conditions in many of the suburban locations along the I-95 corridor with temperatures in the low to mid-30s. It'll become relatively mild this afternoon compared to the last several days, but we'll actually take a step backwards tomorrow, turn somewhat cooler behind a cool frontal system that'll slide through the Mid-Atlantic region later today. And then we'll get warmer again as the week progresses. And by Thursday, Halloween Day, it looks like it'll become warm and windy with high temperatures approaching the 70-degree mark in many of the Mid-Atlantic locations, although there will be a shower or two possible during the afternoon and early evening hours. It looks like heavier showers will hold off until late Thursday night, early Friday, as a frontal system moves into the eastern part of the country, and we'll take some steps downward in terms of temperatures as we approach the weekend with a couple of cold frontal systems passing through the region. So by the time Sunday rolls around, we'll be back to well below normal temperatures once again. Here's the current surface map. High pressure continues to hang on here along the east coast, and it really set the stage for some cold conditions overnight. Clear skies and calm winds led to the temperature really dropping after midnight, again reaching the low to mid-30s in many mid-Atlantic locations. Cool frontal system just upstream, relatively dry. That'll pass through later on today with maybe just a few clouds associated with it, no precipitation expected. And again, we'll get a little bit cooler tomorrow as compared to what we'll experience this afternoon. Meanwhile, out west, just a tremendously cold air mass for this time of the year, anchored by the strong high pressure in south central Canada. This week, this cold air will kind of dive to the south and towards the northern plains and northern Rockies, as opposed to the east, as last week's cold shot did. The biggest change for winter-like weather over the next 48 hours or so will occur in this part of the country. Significant snow can fall over the next 24 to 48 hours in Montana and across Wyoming, perhaps even a little bit of snow reaching Denver, Colorado over the next couple of days. Again, a real cold air mass moving into the northern plains and northern Rockies. They will experience true winter weather over the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, in the warm sector on the other side of this front, warm, moist air will flow in from the Gulf of Mexico, and the combination of that warm, moist air flowing in from the south and a very deep, vigorous cold upper level low dropping in from the north will promote some possibilities of severe weather in this part of the country over the next day or two, with some severe thunderstorm activity, maybe even an isolated tornado or two. So very cold air dropping into the northern Rockies. At the same time, warm, moist air flowing in from off the Gulf of Mexico into the south central U.S. could set the stage for some severe weather there over the next couple of days. Well, before we take a look at the upper level pattern, because it really is important for what's going on this week, let's take a look at the latest infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Still lots of clear skies here in the I-95 corridor between D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Mostly sunny today. A chilly start, but a relatively decent afternoon with plenty of sunshine. A little bit of a cloudy band here associated with that weak frontal system. The main action way out in the northern Rockies, again, a vigorous upper level low dropping southward. We'll see that in a moment. Snow is very likely across Montana, parts of Wyoming, later on this week into the Denver, Colorado region, as that real cold push extends this week into the northern Rockies and northern plains. Again, some warmer and more humid airs flowing into the south central U.S. could set the stage for some severe weather over the next couple of days in places like Oklahoma and Kansas, into the Missouri Valley later on this week. Well, let's take a look at what's going on at 500 millibars way up in the atmosphere, about 18,000 feet or so. This is the current 500 millibar map of just a very vigorous upper level low diving southward across along the west coast into the Southern California region. This is setting the stage for some winter-like weather here across Montana, Wyoming, with some accumulating snow, and that very cold air outbreak diving into the northern Rockies and the northern plains. Let's see how this evolves as we progress through the week. Again, this is this morning, Monday morning. Let's now jump ahead 48 hours. And here's the 500 millibar map for Wednesday morning. Move slowly to the east into the more like the center part of the country Meanwhile, some milder weather will move into the northeast on Wednesday and especially Thursday, Halloween Day. Let's now jump ahead to Friday morning. By Friday morning, that deep upper level trough moves all the way into the east here. The remains of it, it gets kind of squeezed down a little bit, weakens a little bit. Nonetheless, it will drive a pretty strong frontal system into the eastern states. Most likely the heaviest rain associated with that front will wait till after Halloween evening and move into the I-95 corridor late Thursday night into the early part of Friday. Again, there can be some heavy showers associated with this pretty vigorous frontal system that, again, is associated with the remains of what is now a very strong upper level low out over the west coast. Well, let's take a look at some surface forecast maps from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. We'll look at tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, and then Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning. By tomorrow morning, again, a cool frontal system passes through the region later on today. More cool high pressure moves in. It'll actually turn a little bit cooler tomorrow as compared to what we'll experience here this afternoon. High pressure dominating the scene again. Still dry conditions here for the next couple of days. Now, by Wednesday morning, there will be a little band of showers, possibly causing a shower or two along the I-95 corridor. Very late Tuesday night into the early part of Wednesday. Then Wednesday afternoon, mostly cloudy, a little bit milder here. Notice high pressure moving off the coast, allowing for warmer air to flow into the Midwest. That translates to the East Coast come Thursday, Halloween Day. Let's now jump ahead to Thursday morning's forecast map. And here it is, Halloween morning. Basically a warm frontal system driving from the south to the north across the Mid-Atlantic region. It will be mostly cloudy skies, windy and warmer conditions. High temperatures approaching the 70-degree mark along the I-95 corridor Thursday afternoon. And there can be a shower or two again during the afternoon, early part of the evening. Looks like this heavier band associated with that strong front will hold off until late Thursday night, perhaps after midnight, into the early morning hours on Friday. In fact, let's jump ahead to Friday morning's forecast map. And here it is, the Friday morning forecast map. Strong frontal system all the way into the eastern states. That upper level low moves all the way across the country by Friday morning, moves into the southeastern part of Canada. Again, it looks like can be some heavy rain associated with that front, probably after midnight Thursday night into the morning on Friday. And over the weekend, we'll get progressively colder as more and more cold air moves in from the south central part of Canada into the Mid-Atlantic region. So kind of topsy-turvy temperature pattern here. It'll get warm for Halloween Thursday, but then turn colder again this upcoming weekend. Well, that's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.